The latest on Shaq, is he going to be able to?
Day to day. Didn't practice yesterday. He'll warm up today. We'll see how he feels, just day to day. I mean, truth of it is, he could practice today or he could miss the next 2 games because of obviously Thursday, Saturday. So, for us, if you can't practice, you can't play. So we'll see.
I'm sorry. Who would start?
I don't know. Probably Jacob, but I really hadn't thought, too much about it. A lot of different options. South Florida's big, so it's a concern. Not so much about who starts on Jacob, he'd be fine in that, or Kevin, but the issue more becomes just a size thing with South Florida. They're so big across the front line that just concerned with their rebounding. So, if Shaq's unable to go, that definitely makes us a smaller team.
Well, Jacob, speaking of him, he made a couple big plays at the end the other night, kind of got obscured by Clark's.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't happen if Jacob doesn't make the steal and the layup, right? Then huge play for him, but not a shock because it was a cerebral play on his part to get the steal. It was something that we went over quite a bit in the walkthrough, trying to deny their high post flash. He read the play mentally, saw it coming. That's why he was able to make the steal. But for him and Justin Jennifer, really, it's just and all freshmen around the country, the intensity of every day of every play mattering is the biggest adjustment. But not just Jacob. That's why I bring up Justin. Just trying to get those guys where they can contribute, because I've been saying this all year, and I believe it. For us to do what we want to do, you got to throw in Corey and Quadri. Those guys all have to contribute, all of them, for us to get where we want to go. We don't play the best 5, the starting 5. Our starting 5 is not going in the first round of the draft. I don't know if anybody has that. That's why this year is such a wide open year. But for us to get where we want to go, Jacob's consistency, Justin picking it up, Corey getting back to where he's playing well, same with Quadri coming off of the loss of his grandmother's, was just trying to get him back. That's really kind of been my focus here during this break, trying to get those guys mentally to where they understand that we need them to get where we're trying to go. We need to get those guys playing well consistently. It's got to be a group effort.
So Jacob seems like he has basketball IQ. It's off the map, and he seems older than a freshman. What is it about him that makes it?
Some kids just have it. They just some kids have aptitude. A lot of kids listen, but they all don't learn and apply immediately. And it's a skill, and it's a gift. He's just got tremendous aptitude. It's not it's nothing that we've done with him. He came in with that. Just now I'm trying to get him to have tremendous meanness. Try to simplify it for him a little bit. He can be a little cerebral at times. He's an intelligent kid. You got to play angry. That's the difference. The intensity level versus a high school game every day for those guys, where every play matters, every shot is contested. Like the last play against UConn, he had inside position on the rebound. Sean Miller just took him and moved him out of the way, grabbed him around the waist and moved him out of the way. Now, one guy's a freshman, one guy's in a 5th-year senior. But there's a great example, of a freshman versus an older guy. That could have been the play that could have cost us the game.
This first South Florida game, you said that was your kind of game. But I'm sure you don't want to go 10 minutes without a field goal.
No, I was proud of the way we competed coming off the SMU loss. It was a very, very tough game for us mentally, and the kids invested a lot into it. So I was just really proud of the way the guys bounced back against South Florida. Our effort was tremendous all night against South Florida when we played. We just couldn't get the ball in the basket. Other than the first 10 minutes of the second half, we really struggled to make layups and open shots. But we defended the entire game. We boxed out. We out-rebounded South Florida. And if we wouldn't have, we'd have lost, because offensively we really struggled, as I alluded to. So still my biggest concern against him is keeping South Florida off the offensive glass.
Kerry Clark seems to come along the last 5 games or so. We've talked about this a lot, him being more assertive, but he seems to be doing that more consistently now.
He's getting there. You know, I heard Tubby Smith say this a long time ago. You know, coaching's like being a parent. Your children eventually grow into who you want them to grow into. The problem is it just sometimes takes a lot longer than we want. So, you know, you just got to stay on Gary to be aggressive. You know, he's the type of guy that if he misses a shot or makes a mistake, he wants to just go back to being a team guy that offensive rebounds. And I can't let him go to that place. I got to keep him out of his safe. That's like his little safe place. I mess with him. It's his little safe place. And then I tell him I got to get him out of the Clayton trot. He's from Clayton, North Carolina, so he gets into the Clayton trot, and where he's on cruise control. You know, I got to get him on the Cincinnati shuffle, not the Clayton trot. You know, he's a lot better when he's playing with the intensity.
But I would think with some of the success he's had offensively, you know, putting the ball on the floor, occasionally shooting from the perimeter a little bit, that might make him more willing to do that or more eager to do that when he sees what he can do.
At times, he still defers too much at times. You know, and what I can't do is you're right, he's been a little more aggressive, but as his coach, if he goes to be aggressive and he doesn't score, and he misses the shot, I can't let him go back to his safe corner. You know, I got to keep him. Great players keep attacking. You know, you didn't have to do that with Justin Jackson or Sean Kilpatrick. You know, you talk about different players. You know, with some guys, you have to do it. You have to do it, and he's got to realize that for us, we need that. And part of being an aggressive player offensively, you're not always going to have success, and that's where he's too conscientious at times. You know, it's like, Gary, you're allowed to miss a shot.
Yeah.
You know, the rest of them do. We all do. Anybody who's played miss shots. Most people miss 60% of them. Great players miss 50% of them. So, you know, you can't just you're not going to get double figures taking 3-4 shots a game.